in an effort to help support people living with HIV and AIDS, the church in Swaziland initiated agricultural projects as a way to contribute to their nutritional needs and also to give them a form of livelihood. Over the years, the project has grown and it is currently running in several locations in the kingdom. Apart from the people living with HIV and AIDS, these projects also support orphans, widows, widowers and vulnerable children in the community. The land, however, has not been fully productive and has prompted the need to conduct an agricultural assessment. Mr. Chris Anderson, a farmer from central Kansas, was asked to assess the land that was donated for the agricultural ministry.
When I was first asked to come to Swaziland and do some assessment of the garden and farming projects that NCM had, I was fairly apprehensive because I didn't know whether my knowledge of farming would apply to what they were trying to do there. But when I got there and saw the diversity of the country and the beauty of it and everything, I was drawn in and just dove in and really had a lot of things going through my head when I saw what they were trying to do there. We also visited several garden plots for the AIDS and HIV patients, and I see there that these people are trying so hard to have something that they can work with, that they can live off of, and again, I think with somebody to come alongside, somebody to be a resource for them for their needs. You know, these plots are in much need of fertilizer and herbicides, things that would make their lives easier, make the soil more productive, so that they can have more that they can consume, and then also for sale of the things that they don't consume over what they consume, will benefit them and the surrounding community so much. I admire these people that they're making a try of the garden plots and working hard on them. I think there's so much more that can be done to help them in those areas.
Nazarene Compassionate Ministries in Swaziland has begun a new focus on these agricultural projects, and the desire is to do more in terms of resourcing the projects with needed supplies and a donor base.
When I see the Nazarene Compassionate Ministries as the grounding, the grassroots for these projects, I see also again another potential for a resource center for these gardens, these projects, the farm. I see the people of the church as a resource center for these people to help them in the underlying areas. They still need to do the work. They still need to have the education. The people that are farming and gardening, it needs to be their project, but they need a resource center. They need something to start. They need a starting place to begin so that they can become sustainable, and they can then expand and go out into the communities. And I think that way we all can have a ministry to these people in one small way.
There is a need to embrace more modern farming practices in order to make the project less labor intensive and more productive.
What I saw in the gardens with the HIV and AIDS patients was what struck me was the amount of labor that they have to use right now with hoeing and pulling and just battling the weeds and the insects and many of the other things that are causing problems in their gardens. With some of the modern farming practices, the use of fertilizers and herbicides and even some fungicides, insecticides that are safe, and they would help it increase their productivity.
With help and support, these projects can be made more sustainable and subsequently more beneficial, not only to the direct beneficiaries, but also to the community at large.
If we can get them sustainable so that they're the nutrition is going to the people. They're doing better. They can add to these projects. They can grow and they can benefit the community around them so much more by being in a sustainable cycle. And I think they can do that. The climate there is incredible. They could be growing crops, I think, pretty much year-round, benefiting everybody year-round. And I think it's a doable project.